Okay, so here we are putting the tops on. For this, what I've done is I've put some clamps in the corner to give me an edge to go to. I got one there and one here, and basically what I'm going to do is take the top, put it on, and then screw and glue around the edges. So I've got everything I need. We've got some screws, 4 by 25mm countersunk. And then I've got a set square for measuring where the holes are going to go, and some glue and everything, hammers. So yeah, let's get time lapsing. So just to show you how the board sits on, so get it all flush in the corners like that, and then I'll mark out some holes as I always do, and drill all at the same time. Okay, that's second board done. First one just over here. 2 to go. End board's coming along really nicely. Nice and smooth all the way along. Love it. Nice and square. These 3 by 2 foot boards are very, very close. I don't think I'm going to need to do any skimming like I mentioned in the first video, or cutting of the edges. So yeah, very pleased. That's coming along nicely. My little system. A couple of clamps, drills, marking out, screwing in, gluing, boom. Job done. Let's keep going. Alrighty then, that is the 4 end boards with their tops on. Still gluing a bit there. You probably saw in the video, I have got basically a screw in each corner, 1 on the end in the middle, and 2 on the sides. You may have noticed also that in order to miss the screws going in sideways, I've gone slightly further in, so they're coming down that line basically. But yeah, just to make sure they miss, so I was conscious of that. There is a tiny bit of misalignment, but we're talking a millimeter, either overlap or underlap. Given that I had the edges with the clamps, I've got at least one side and end on every board that is absolutely perfect. Most of the boards actually are quite good, but what it'll mean is I can just put those on the outside, so the edges that are flush will be the ones that meet with other boards. But when you got them clamped together with dowels and alignment dowels and stuff, and clamps, bolts, then I don't think 1 millimeter difference is gonna affect anything. So yeah, that's really cool. So my workspace is currently the size for these end boards. I will see if I can do the same for the scenic boards, but they are much bigger. So yeah, let's see if I can fit them into this little workstation I've made. All right. Awesome. So that is the board's done, or I should say almost done. This very last one, I have actually run out of screws, the ones I was using on the top. I counted as having 5 in each, but I actually needed 7. No, sorry, 9, I think, in these top ones. The large ones, there were 5 in those small boards. So I have run out of screws, and you can see, funny enough, of all the boards, remember when I said that I might need to cut them down? Well, actually, it turns out they're pretty close when I fitted them all in, except this one. That's about 1 inch, I think, over. So, funnily enough, with the screws, I have to go and get some more screws. I will decide probably to chop that board before attaching it on. And then you can see on the ends here, there's very slight discrepancies, but I think they can be overcome. I don't think the tolerances that I need are going to be that bad. And then we got the 4 end boards, which was really cool. They all fitted, they went together really nicely as well. Pretty much like a millimetre or bang on. You can see there, so we've got 1, 2, 3. Basically, each screw is about a foot apart. Going around there, 1, 2, 3 down the sides, 4, 1 across the top. Right, so with the boards and the main frames completed, it's time to start looking at the legs. So for this, obviously we have 4 legs per board, just over 3 foot in height, and I'll be attaching them. This is the long side, so I'll be attaching them like this. The clamp is obviously just holding in place, but I couldn't come up with a appropriate method for exhibition convenience, so I'm taking the advice of some other YouTubers, and basically we're going to be using M8 bolts with a washer here, and that will once I drill the hole, it'll go right through and hold them in. And then on the other side, what you do is you attach one of these into the screw there, but it'll go into the wood, and that'll go through and grip in with the grips, with the claws. And inside there, if it focuses, you can see there is a screw thread, so that will attach in. And then the installation method is quickly use this as a little handheld tool. Then you can do each leg really quickly. Now, one of the downsides of this really simple method is, even obviously clamped in here, they are going to wobble quite a bit. So the next thing you do once you've got the other leg in place is to do a couple of cross beams as well. So for that, I've got a chop saw and some slightly thinner wood, because what I don't want is when the cross beams are here, I don't want to use the same wood in case they interfere with the alignment of the boards and they start pushing them apart at the top. So they're slightly thinner at 15mm rather than this is the 21. And because we've got so many legs, you can see all the bolts I've got there as well, we've got a lot. I'm going to be doing the batch processing again. I will mark up where the hole needs to go, right in the middle there, like I have on the end of these. I'll go down every board, every leg, sorry, mark them up, drill the holes, and then clamp them in and attach them all in one big process. So we'll get on with the time lapse. So with the legs all marked up, what I wanted to ensure is that I wouldn't have to match a particular leg to a particular board to a particular corner, because that is how I drilled it. So I've cracked out a pillar drill that I happen to have. This is a family member passed it on to me, and I've set up a small little jig. And basically I'm going to set every single leg with exactly the same hole. That way I should then just be able to grab any leg for any board and align them up. So once I've got these drilled, I will probably have to do the legs by hand. I don't think I'm going to get them under this pillow drill, but we'll see where it goes with that. So yeah, for now I will get on with drilling all the holes on the legs. Having drilled all of the holes into the legs and into the boards, I've come to put it all together, and that means attaching these countersunk screw threads into the legs that the bolts will then attach into. And obviously it dawned on me that if these are to fit M8 bolts, they're not going to sit in an 8mm hole. So what I've had to do, because I don't want to damage the wood by hammering these in, is get the pillow drill back out and about 5 or 6mm deep cut a 10mm hole in, and that means these now can sit into the hole, and when I attach them in, get my trusty new little screwdriver, which is in that way. Once I attach them into the boards, I can then just use this to drill them all in, and that makes going to exhibitions a lot easier. And given the fact that I have mass produced all of the sections here, then I can use any leg in any hole, and I won't have to number them all up and get them on the right boards and everything. But this doesn't have the kind of torque to hammer those right into the leg, so I will knock them all in by hand with the standard hammer. Let's get to it. And there we have it for this video. First pass of the legs installed and a good sense of the scale of the layout now. Appears to be about the size of an average family car. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.